All right. We've got comment sections that I can see. We've got video coming across that I can see. Things seem to be working, which is always good. Okay. Let's get this started. So first I got this large ring that I'm working on right here. I had to move it because there's a certain order in which these have to go in place. Otherwise, I won't be able to put any more big rings in. So this was over here, and now it's right here. It was on the corner, and now it's in the center. So, and that's so that I can add the rings that connect these right here, right? These rings, essentially. These corner rings. All right. So, anyway, how's everyone's day? I had a fun little morning getting the runaround. My brother lives out in Japan, and he has a package he wants me to send to him. Take that out of there for now. Totally fine, totally willing to do it. Got the package from Amazon. Took it to the post office, right? And they said that they can't ship it because it has lithium-ion batteries in it, right? Okay, fine. I can go to FedEx and ship it. Well, I go to FedEx, and they cannot figure out what's going on with his zip code, right? So I'm trying to get a hold of my brother, but it's like midnight in Okinawa, so he's not answering, obviously. He's asleep. And the last time, well, the second to last time I called, him in the middle of the night, I had to tell him that my dad had a heart attack. So I don't really want to call him in the middle of the night anymore if I don't have to. You know what I mean? What is going on with my dealio here? See if that refreshing that page helps. Thanks for the follow, appreciate you. So anyway, I didn't want to call my brother in the middle of the night. I shot him a couple text messages and told him what was going on, and he said that since the item has the lithium-ion batteries contained inside the item, it's a computer. Since they're inside the computer, it should be fine, right? I should be able to ship it through the USPS. But I will go back and verify with them tomorrow. It's like on their frequently asked questions page, so I'm hoping that I can show them that and they'll go, oh, our bad, and then take it. And then he gave me another address to ship it out there if I needed to ship it FedEx, right? The reason, and I didn't know this, that FedEx couldn't figure out his zip code problem was because only the post office can ship to military bases abroad. Now that is like something, having been in the military myself, that seems like something I remember being the case, but you know, I hadn't thought about that in years. So, alright, now we're adding a large ring here. These are getting fun. This is so large that it's obtuse to work with. it's getting heavy, and it actually physically hurts to try and put everything together. It's so much fun. So after that, it was my kiddo's first day of school. He had fun. Went and picked him up. Then I came downstairs and I prepped a bunch of rings. I can show you the competing bins I've got going on right now. Of the 27,000 blackened stainless rings that I ordered, that were all out of round, that I've spent an inordinate amount of time correcting, right? I am down to this little bin here, right? There's probably about 10,000 rings in here, and I've got this many done. Okay, these are ready to be woven in. They're ready to be woven together. These ones still need to be fixed, but we'll get to it. One ring at a time. It's taken, that's the longest part of this whole project. If they had been correct, I wouldn't have had to deal with it, but I screwed up by not checking when I first got them, and I knew better too, but it is what it is. You live and you learn. That's, one of the things too is like, I made a ton of mistakes on my Finnegan's Wake inlay. And if you haven't seen that on, it's on all of my social media somewhere. But it's this giant green and gold flag, essentially. Excuse me. Yeah, I made a ton of mistakes on that. And so, if I could grind through that without, losing my mind too much, I can grind through this. The problem is it's taken up a ton of time. I was hoping to be onto another project by now, but that's okay. It kind of works out because in the end I have a good idea for how I want to display this, which I don't know if I would have come up with that idea had it not taken this long. So it allowed this project to marinate long enough for me to figure out. Thanks for the likes. I see those hearts. Appreciate you. It allowed this project to marinate in my brain and for me to come up with like the rest of the idea of how I want this displayed. So, and we'll get to that eventually. We'll get to that eventually. Chainmail knot. It's a chainmail cube. How you doing, memes 2024? So this is a chainmail jelly cube, right? And if you look, you can see that each ring has 4 other rings going through it. And if you alternate the pattern a little bit and stack them on top of each other, you get this cool cube effect, right? And so it's not a knot. It's each ring has 4 other rings going through it. It's 3 rows high and 3 rows wide, and this is by far physically the largest cube I've made. Also the one with the most rings, actually, now that I think about it. So, the closest thing I've done to a chainmail knot is this monkey paw knot, right? All right. I feel like it needed chainmail instruments. You feel like it need chainmail instrument straps. You feel like I need chainmail instrument straps. You do. You do. I have one. It needs some improvement, which I've got the design in my head on improving it. But I have not had the time to get to... You make barge shit. That's cool. A dulcimer, is that a drum? I can't grab mine because it's holding up my tripod for my light. Hang on, I'll grab one of the straps, not that one. Where's the... Here we go. That's an empty box. Oh, excuse me. Hopefully that doesn't fall. So, that hurts too much. This is one of the straps I've made. I've got to add some leather to the back and put some adjustable leather straps on the end. Here's one in the reverse color, right? And here's one using square wire stainless steel. Right? Oh my god, that hurts. What size is that? This may get cannibalized. It might. We'll see. Dang. But see, like, I did these flimsy little leather straps on here, and I did a really poor job, and I've never, like, put these up anywhere for sale just because I didn't like how they were. You got 20 different types of ancient acoustic guitars. Right on. Anyway, I've never liked how they were done, and I've been planning on redoing them for a long time. They're on my list of projects to finish and improve, and it's a long list. So, did I orient this the right way? Nope. Is that oriented the right way? Yes, okay. Crap. Haven't done that in a bit, where I screwed up the orientation, but I'm glad I caught it. You know what I mean? So, yeah, those are the straps I'm working on. They're going to be very heavy, but they'll be awesome. Okay. And then hopefully I will sell them for lots of money at some point, and finish mine, and I'll have an awesome chainmail guitar strap for my guitar. I do play guitar. I'm not very good, right? I know a few songs. Some of the finer points of playing guitar elude me. Others seem so naturally inclined to play, and the songs I know, they're fun, A lot of like Simon and Garfunkel, and House of the Rising Sun, Dust in the Wind. I'm a step above what is the song by Metallica? Not Enter Sandman. Paid you for the glove clips. Already been. You have? Okay. So, I can't check right now, country. I will get with you after that. I missed that. But if you sent money, I will double check my account and we'll get this settled. They're done, ready to go right here. Don't do that. Don't slip. I've got my lucky Band-Aid on my knuckle. Good Lord. It's like I gouged the crap out of my knuckle, what, 2 weeks ago now? So badly that I have a stack of Band-Aids for this knuckle, right? You can just have all three. I'll send all three of them to you. You know, they only took like 5 minutes to make, so all I need to cover is the shipping. But you can just have the third one. All yours. I was going to send it to you anyway as a surprise. I appreciate you. I think you had like a cool little need for a chain there. I've never seen that before. Country's got a glove clip that's got, it attaches to your belt, little decorative chain, clip to hold onto your work gloves. Yeah, please. And the decorative chain is just some chainmail I made for him to hook everything together, and then it's like I've got that and a sling project I need to work on. Kind of like I started working on it, and this like making a pocket thing did not work. Right? How's that? You're very welcome. Did you send it? If you send me your address, I'm going to the post office tomorrow. I lost a ring. Man overboard! I've got to ship a computer out to my brother. So if I have your address, I can send yours out as well. So, all right, let's see if I can get in here. Anyway, yeah. So get those clips out to you. Got a sling that I'm working on. I had some like stretchy replacement ties for your shorts or your sweatpants or your hoodie, and it looked terrible for starters, but it was really stretchy. So I was like, all right, let me get some hemp twine, and if I can make a decent enough pocket, I can tie up the ends of the hemp twine and actually make like a nice looking sling. which would be a cool chainmail product to make. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I don't know if I'll make more than one. But I might have enough leftover supplies for one more. So yeah, post office, FedEx, down here. You know, drop my kid off at school. School has now started, so our evening routines are going to determine whether or not I'm streaming routinely throughout the week. We did pretty good last year, unless he was in a sport. We had multiple days a week where, you know, he's at practice and I gotta take him there and, you know, pick him up, drop him off and pick him up. But tomorrow night, once he comes home with whatever homework assignments he has, that's going to be the real, like, okay, how much homework, how well is he going to respond to being back in school? And because it's pick him up from school, he gets a little bit of time to himself. Then 5 o'clock homework, 6 o'clock dinner, 7 o'clock, you know, by 7:30, all the homework needs to be done, all the dishes need to be done, and I need to be able to get back down here. So we'll see how that goes. And until he's, you know, more independent on his homework to where mom and dad don't need to watch over him, to where we can make sure that he's getting it done, because he'll be like, oh yeah, I totally did that, and then, you know, end of the quarter comes and he's missing 20 assignments. It's like, we're supposed to be able to track all that stuff through the grading software and updates from the teacher and whatnot. Stabby resistant cube. Yes. Alright. Got my trusty band-aid on my knuckle, so if these pliers slip, hopefully I won't gouge the crap out of them. I couldn't think of a name. Yeah, it's almost done. There is, alright, all of these big rings are made from small rings, right? And there's 26 of these left now, right? And there's 95 total in here. And then all of the blackened stainless, I need 140 more of these little strips, right? So, and there was, I needed 380 total. Yeah, there's 42,000 rings in this. So it's coming along, it's just, you know, slow. But yes, it is almost done. We'll be done soon. And then we'll move on to the next project, which I have some rings for a jelly cube. And they were a bit dirty, so I started cleaning those up. Whoa. And so the next project is probably going to be a large jelly cube. I need a... I'm torn, right? Do I make another large cube similar to this one? And because a lot of people asked for this, right? Do I make one large cube and raffle it off, or do I make a bunch of smaller ones? The rings I have are bigger. So a smaller cube would be quicker to make, but is there anywhere online you can buy cubes? Not, well, yeah, other chainmail artists make and sell them. Many make cooler cubes than me. There we go. How you doing, Johnny? My migraine did finally go all the way away, so I'm not hurting nearly as much as I was last night. I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right. Should have put this on first before I... It'll be all right. So, yeah. You can go check Etsy for chainmail cubes. Small ones are affordable. Large ones, like this one right here, are just very expensive. Just understand that. I have several hundred hours into that. And, you know, no one's going to let a large cube go for cheap. But they are out there. They do make them, and people do sell them, so... Come on. There we go. Other than like people's websites and other like Etsy or something, I don't know where you would find them, but they do exist, right? One's like the one I'm working on right now, like this. This does not exist anywhere else. No one else has done this. Everyone else is smarter than me, and so they don't do stuff like this. That's the long and the short of it. And they will remain smarter than me until I sell this and make a lot of money. But until that happens, I very much question my decision to make this. It's awesome, don't get me wrong, but I think I'll feel a lot better about it being able to sell once I have it purchased up on the display. Yeah, so smaller ones would probably range, you know, little 7x7 cubes would probably be about $50, right? Ones like this that have, there's 22,000 rings in this, right? And I've got... I don't know, how many hours? 150 hours in it? Oh, thank you for the dinos and the roses. Like, this would be like $5,000. Right? So, smaller one, made of bigger rings, that's faster and not as difficult to make, you know, no problem. So, what are those? Two funnies? What are two funnies? I don't think I've ever gotten those. And an ice cream cone? Thank you. A small one, like yay size, like 2 inches by 2 inches, I'm guessing. Would probably be around $50, right? So I have a bunch of rings to make the small cubes, and I'm like, do I just make a bunch of small cubes and then sell each one individually? Or do I make one large cube and try and raffle it off? I wanted to make one large cube and raffle it off. Have people bought one of the 5,000 ones from you? Yeah, that one, this one right here, once I finish it up, is on its way to its new home. I would take it to a ton of small ones. Which, this big one right here, we could do that. We could raffle this one. Own an enormous piece of art. Raffle one of these. But I only have enough rings to do one or the other. We'll get to that project next. We can decide then. But probably have, I don't want to predict how much time this is going to take me. It's one of a kind. Auction this. One of a kind. You can get good money for what you're working on now. I hope so. I hope so. This is, my goal is to make 10 to 15 different chainmail sculptures and then take them to a gallery and put them on display, you know, like a metal arts gallery. Put them on display and then kind of go from there. But, you know, it will be, like, once it's done, it will be up for sale. It won't, if someone wants it bad enough, which is entirely possible. Then I will definitely sell it. Okay. Yeah. It's gonna hang suspended from one corner to the next, and then, so I gotta build the whole display for it, but I think I got my head wrapped around how I'm gonna do it. And so I think, like, once all the metal work is done on this, it's just an order of the right pipes and fittings, and then some lighting. Oh. And then it'll be done. It'll sit down here in my basement, taking up space until I'm done with the other 10 or 15 sculptures, and we'll go from there. Problem is, I need, you know, a decent amount of sculptures to make a display, right? And I need the, I need to have them all professionally photographed, right? The issue is, how many ideas do I have written down? I only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I only have 5 ideas written down so far for projects, so I need to work on that aspect of it a little bit. Alright, this keeps doing this to me where I get these stuck on the corner and then they don't want to cooperate. There we go. I'm glad I saw that. So yeah, Make a bunch of small cubes, because when I make videos of this cube right here, almost every video I've done with this cube has done well, right? So I just need to make, and a bunch of people were asking where to get one, and I sent them to other chainmail artists and was like, these people take commissions, and I'm just trying to use up the rings I have in my basement. I wasn't trying to take commissions, but I have all these rings, so I should use them, and people can hopefully purchase one. But yeah, so anyway, I got rings for a bunch of cubes drying. I need to clean them up a little bit more, polish them up a little bit, because they're a little dirty. But they're a really good size for chainmail rings. Okay, this one needs a strand of Byzantine on it. I wonder if maybe raffling this off is what I need to do. Just to move it quickly, you know what I mean? I don't know. But that's the whole gamble, right? Is if I put all this time and energy into doing this project, is it even going to ever sell, right? You don't know. I don't know. I hope so. But also, it's awesome. And just saying that I made it is cool. You know what I mean? Like, oh, what did you do with your life? Oh, I made badass stuff. Don't believe me? Check it out, yo. Oh, you know what? Did I write that down? I did, right? Yeah, okay. I do have another idea for a product that I'm only going to make one or two of. Probably two. They're, you know, like nightstand lamps. Trying to think what. Here we go. Like I have these scale mail lamps that I picked up from someone else, and I would like to do that as well. Make some scale mail lamps. I think those would actually sell really well. So, but the lamp shade I want to make for a project, an idea that I had is not, it's not scale mail, it's chain mail. And we'll get to that one when we get to that. One project at a time, and I don't want to be vague about it, but also like, I don't want to make promises I can't keep. Like, oh, I'm going to make this thing, and then I don't. You know what I mean? Oh, why did I do that? So, I wonder what would happen. Okay, because I'm right-handed, right? Nah, then you... I wonder if I could move the camera over here so you could, like, see this angle. You're supposed to have an overhead angle, but since TikTok won't give me a stream key, I don't know why, I haven't been able to connect my Streamlabs software to TikTok. And I just adjusted the overhead camera, so it's a little bit of a better angle than what you guys on TikTok are getting, but not too much. Do I have an Etsy? No, I don't. I don't sell my chainmail art online. It's like I have a website, and it's all chainmail print products, like jerseys and hoodies and coffee cups and stuff like that. It's myusername.com. So I got some car seat covers, a giant chainmail onesie, a giant chainmail snug hoodie, and there's a couple different designs of not just regular European 4-in-1 chainmail, but other chainmail designs, and I would like to work on more at some point. But I gotta like dedicate time to working on the computer for that, and between the overhead lights here and the computer screen monitor, those are the two things that give me the biggest migraines. So I really have to like watch my time on the computer, because like last week, it'll knock me out for a week. So but I'll get back to it at some point. I need to go talk to my doctor about changing the medication used to treat my migraines, because the Imitrex is not cutting it. You like that a lot? You love the Valnut? Right on. Yeah, I had a veg vizier in the works, but the image is so large that my computer can't render it. So I have to sit and slice it up into like 12-hour renders, and then adjust it in GIMP so that everything lines up correctly. And like I'm not very good at either program, so that's been a thing I haven't done yet. But the Valnut's cool. I have some other designs I want to make. It's just a matter of getting to them. It's like, do I make chainmail on the computer all day, or do I make chainmail in real life? You know what I mean? Oh God. I love the end result of the projects I make. The process is not Vino, since you're on TikTok, if you're on mobile and you go into my link tree in my bio there, the top link is the Mailworks web app, right? And inside, you don't have to download anything. It's just a web app. It's a web page. It pops open. In there is a list of suppliers that I would recommend getting rings from. And the only warning I have is that a lot of the complaints about suppliers are for the Ringlord specifically, the ringlord.com, because they've changed hands and had some quality control issues. But they have like the best wholesale prices. All of these rings are from the Ringlord, right? So if you do order from them, just double check your product and make sure that you're getting what you ordered, right? But all the other suppliers are, tried and true by other individuals in the chainmail community, and I haven't heard anyone complain about them. So I haven't ordered from all of them, but that's the best place to get started. And then if you're brand new, right, like never made chainmail before in your life and want to go learn, inside the mobile app, there's also like where to find tutorials, where to find other chainmail artists, where they hang out online, tool recommendations, and all that fun stuff. There's also a Discord if you have any questions. Am I building the Gordian knots? Kind of, yeah. The other place, if you're brand new at learning how to make chainmail to get started, is Chainmail Joe has a beginner kit, and it comes in a beautiful box, and it's got a bunch of different ring sizes. You can buy an anodized aluminum kit, so you can get some different colors, and you can choose to get pliers with them or not. You don't have to. But there's a tutorial book in the box as well of stuff you can make from their kit there, and that's Chainmail Joe. A lot of people recommend that as a great beginner step. You're very welcome. And a lot of times those boxes are sold out, so I think that's going to be like the one thing I order next month is one of those boxes. They're not that expensive. What's in my way here? Being right-handed and having an injury on the right side of your neck is really a pain in the neck. There we go. Literally. Wow. Jeez Louise. Almost ripped this ring in half. So yeah, start there. And then, like I said, in the web app, there's a Discord you can join. Come say hi if you have any questions. If you do join the Discord, make sure to go through the rules and all the little beginner sections and then click like at the bottom, because that's how you get access to everything. And I think that that's a feature that I don't care for. But I haven't removed it yet because I haven't, I was wiped out all last week, so. Anyway. Alright. Alright, who asked about the Gordian knot? Scalded Scald. No, I'm making a large chainmail cube that I'm going to suspend from some pipes and put some lights on it and turn it into a thing. What about a Discord? If you're on TikTok on mobile, you can go to the link tree in my bio, and there's the Mailworks web app at the top, and that's where like all the resources that I would have wanted when I first got started a long time ago are. And there's also a Discord. And don't judge me too harshly on the state of the app right now. I need to update some icons, and I'm just going to probably redo how the whole thing looks, but one of those things I got to have time for. So Sinful, you don't see a link. Are you on mobile? Give me a sec. I can post a link in the chat here, because I just did this the other day, and that page is still up. All right, let's try here. Okay, if you copy that link and go to the link tree, the top link is the MailWorks web app, right? And that's kind of an ongoing project where I try to help everyone out with all the resources I'm aware of. And so there's more resources coming. Everything's going to get a little bit more polished because I started with what I thought I wanted. I found out that that wasn't what I wanted, and I wanted to change it around. And then I started changing it around, and I never got anywhere. So I gotta get back to it, but okay. All right, that's that. Oh, you're very welcome. Yeah, come join the Discord. Say hi. There's not too many people in there. It's not super active, but it was going okay until I took a week off and I didn't post anything. But we'll get more people in there, and it will be an active, flourishing place. Random account, how you doing? All right. Oh God, that did not feel good. But at least I didn't chunk my knuckle. So, what time is it? 9:24? Cool. That's... Okay. Sorry, trying to figure out, how many I've added. Usually I can add about 3 during a stream. So I need to get one more done. You're not doing too good. You got banned on your other account. That's no good. I'm doing okay. Getting stuff done. A little at a time. This is slowly coming together. It's near completion. How did I get into this hobby? So when I was 14, almost 3 decades ago now, my uncle, who's one of my cool uncles, pulled out a sheet of your standard European 4-in-1 chainmail that he was working on. And he kind of showed me his tools and his rings and everything. And then I went home and I got this pair of plier from my grandpa, from his junk drawer, and another pair of pliers and some snips. And my grandpa cut me off a piece of 14 gauge lineman's wire that he had on a giant spool in his backyard. Don't ask me why. He was a lineman at one point in life, but he had left that 50 years before. But he had a giant spool of 14 gauge wire in his backyard, and he cut me off a piece. I used some vice grips to connect it to a piece of rebar, and hand wound these wonky looking rings and cut them with some really crappy snips. And that was my first piece. And then I got some resources online. There were very few resources back in 1996. Should make a life-size anchor. That would be cool. That would be cool. So I just kind of, something's wrong here. Something's not bending the right way. There it is. I just kind of worked with a few beginner weaves like Byzantine and Spiral and half Persian 3-in-1 and 4-in-1 and European 4-in-1 and European 6-in-1 and a couple other, couple other weaves, right? And it wasn't until 2004 when I found the Ring Lord and the Ring Lord forum while I was searching for chainmail supplies out in Iraq that I found a bunch of resources and a supplier who could make rings, and so that I had already started some pretty big projects before that. Like I had taken a shirt that I finished in Iraq. It's a galvanized steel shirt that I had finished while I was deployed overseas. So I finished that up. I ordered a bunch of rings from the Ring Lord and played around with it. And then about, I'd say probably 15 years ago now is when I started selling stuff, started designing my own little product lines and whatnot. And I've done a few shows. I did a bunch of commission stuff at Texas Renaissance Festival. Vended a couple tables a few times, and did some commission work for Bristol Renaissance Fair here in Wisconsin. And yeah, it wasn't like the last 2 years I've been trying to use up these rings in my basement because I want to try other suppliers, and so I'm using up like all my rings, which is how I end up with stuff like this monkey paw, right? This started as leftover rings. I did order some rings to finish the project. I ordered a lot of rings to finish the project. And yeah, I got a few more piles of old rings to go through. But I think like the bulk of it is done. Chainmail is beautiful and art's quite intricate. It's a lot harder to create than most think. Yeah, it's not easy. It's not okay, like the learning curve is steep but short, right? Like you can go from being a beginner to really knowing a lot of stuff really quickly, right? It's like I've been doing this for 28 years, and I'm not an expert. I know people that have forgotten more about chainmail than I will ever know. Teach me how to make the glove clips. I'd like to start selling them to blue collar. I saw the pieces. Is there? I mean, it's a belt clip, a decorative chain, and then clips for your gloves, right? It's not. Like, I think it's a cool little product. If you got more info on that, sure. Like, little stuff like that sells well. Okay? That's the thing, too, right? Like, no one in their right mind would do this because this is a terrible idea. Okay? I might just be stuck with a 30-pound lump of steel for the rest of my life. I don't know if I can sell this. It's a gamble, right? But little stuff like the clips that Country's talking about, you know, one of the schools of thought, what seems to be the thought process behind some vendors versus others, right, is a lot of them want to take the smallest number of rings that they can and turn it into a maximum profit, right? And many of them have gotten really good at doing that. And they make really cute, unique, like pendants or charms, or, you know, that don't take a lot of rings, but add some color to it and it really pops. And, you know, I missed that class, and I throw as many rings into a project as I can and see what pops up, you know? See what I can make out of it. But really, the way to make money in chainmail is to learn to be really good at taking a small amount of rings and making something that someone will pay you, you know, $15, $20 for. Like, I know people that make little bookmark chains for the end of these bookmark things. Bookmark hooks, right? Little hair barrettes that don't take a lot, but they hang in girls' hairs and they like them. Where did the rest of that go? Face mask chains, yeah. Chainmail glove clips fully complete. You can bring $30 all day long. There we go. See, that's perfect. That was, you know. No, that sounds about right with all the accessories, with all the hardware that's involved. $30 sounds about right. Thank you for the follow. Words are hard. Maybe that's, you know, maybe that is what I should do. It's just sell stuff, you know, for sale. It's not a terrible idea. A lot of people do it. Problem is getting me out to a site to vend and lugging all my stuff around. I've had problems trying to do that in the past, and it's like, oh crap. Really? Had a ring slip out. But anyway, all right, where are we at here? What time is it? 9:35. We're doing good. So, yeah, if you're going to start chainmail and you want to make a career out of it, take small projects that don't take a lot of time, that use as few amount of rings as possible, and put them together for sale. And you will have more success and take less risk than what I'm doing right now. Your original ones, okay, chainmail, okay. Your original ones cost you $10 to make. You make 2 for 10, sold for 25. You made 40 on average. Is this a chainmail flail? No, no. Ready to Steven, how you doing? This is a giant chainmail cube that will hang suspended from some pipes if and when we get that far. I'm doing okay. Doing okay. Kind of. If I can maneuver this cube around so that I can get the angle to close these rings, I'll be doing a lot better. Once the rings on the inside are done, it's pretty easy. Here's just a little shackles rated for 500 pounds and a charging clip with a carabiner on it. Right on. Is it heavy? Yeah, it's about 25 pounds right now. It should be about 30 when it's done. I've seen a few people make chainmail flails. That's one of those things that we had someone in here asking about some like kinkware. And that's just not my alley, and I don't know anything about that lifestyle. So I pointed him to someone else who I knew was in that who was in that crowd, right? I hope it worked out for him, but same thing with a flail. Like I've seen other people make a flail. I don't know. Like some stuff I'm not comfortable making with liability issues and everything. It's like I don't want my name attached to it. You know what I mean? I've made lots of necklaces. I've got like 20 pendants over there. I've got 20 bracelets to make, 40 pendants. I've got 40 necklaces to make. I just gotta find the ring size for the pendants, because what I have is not conducive to making necklaces from, or it doesn't. The rings that I have don't work with the pendants, so it's gonna end up being a pretty small ring. But I've got the pendants and I've got the hardware for the bracelets I want to make. I just gotta get time to put it all together. The necklaces are just something I'm going to make and sell. It's like I had a lot of bracelets, probably about 40 of them that I did, and I've got about half left. And so similar thing for the necklace. A lot of necklaces I'll be making at some point. Dang it. I will make them all, and then if someone wants something, they can ask me to show them what I have. I'm going to take this ring off because I went through too many rings. There we go. Come on. That's another thing too. I'm not a I'm not an expert, okay? But as a guy, I wouldn't want to wear a necklace that was less than 2 feet long. Any kind. I'm probably going to extend this one out to 30 inches and put a pendant on it. Not one of the ones I have. A different one. You're going to rock your glove clips and spread the word about them if that's cool with you? Yeah, that's fine. And if you want some more little pieces of chain for it, you know, let me know. And if you're into selling, you know, glove clips, and you have an audience or a market for that or something, right? The little pieces of chain that I made are not hard to make at all, right? Fairly basic stuff. Yeah. Glove clips would be, I mean, dependent on the audience, right? Like, Renaissance Festival, you could probably get away with them because a lot of knights wear gloves, right? And having a fancy clip like that would be good for them, right? Blue-collar workers need a clip for their gloves, got to wear gloves, right? Oh. There we go. Oh, I need to do this side now. Glad you point me in your direction. That's all you're doing the work. Appreciate it. Sarah, how you doing? What way is this going? You work in construction, that's your audience, you know? Be sending some blue and white rings. Getting ready for Comic-Con this weekend, which good luck. Good luck. Have fun. Make lots of money. Sell all kinds of stuff. That's a thing I could never do, okay? It's like I am in my basement most of the time. I don't leave my house very much. I will if I have to go get groceries or something. But all my stuff is at my house, and I don't want to leave. And it's like going to events, aside from trying to lug all my stuff out there, there are too many people at events for me, and I don't like dealing with the public on a large scale like that. So an event like Comic-Con, I don't know, like, I could do it, but I would not want to. So, but good luck, have fun, sell lots. Oh. Country, if you get your union to buy some, that'd be interesting. What are the numbers on an order like that? Is this created link by link? Made in China? It certainly is. How are you? Good Lord, it's a bees trigger. It's something. Oh. And yes, it's created ring by ring. One ring at a time. Where am I working? I can't even tell. Amazing, thank you. Infinifractal, thank you. It's coming along. Ow. That's why we have the Band-Aid on the knuckle. Oh, that saved me right there. Oh, God. Alright, I'm alright. Ogre mail, nice. I don't know why I'm opening another ring. I still got to close this last one I tried to close. Where'd it go? There it is. Okay. Yeah, there is, there will be 42,560 rings in this when I'm done. All woven together by me. Thanks for sharing the live. Appreciate you. And it's almost done. I was going to almost double the ring count, or do more than double the ring count. But doubling the ring count would take it from 30 pounds to 75 pounds total when it's all said and done. And because all of these rings are not welded into place, the reality is that there's a point in which the weight will just tear itself apart, right? How long have I, all of June, or no, all of May, July, and this much of August so far. Excellent for a hacky sack. One 30-pound hacky sack coming right at you. Deadpool Scan, how are you tonight? Okay. So yeah. Got 1, 2, we got 3 more rings to add to this layer, and then a bunch of little strips of Byzantine, which I've got like 10 or 12 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I got 14 more of these strands of Byzantine, right? And these go, I keep saying these go in the corner of each ring. These go where each ring connects to the next one. That's where they meet, and they hold everything rigidly in place. Watching an amazing lightning storm as the heat dies off? Right on. I've got that coming probably, some of it, we should have some of a storm tonight, and then it's supposed to be really hot tomorrow, and then the next day we'll get a big electrical storm that will have the tornado siren go off and everything. Excuse me. Okay, so yeah, I gotta add a bunch of these. And 3 more large rings to this layer. And so that means that the next layer is 21 large rings. So we only have, see if we did our math right. 1, 2, 3. Okay. This is all the prep work I've done. Some of the prep work I've done. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Perfect. So we have enough big rings to finish the next layer. 20 to finish the 4th and 5th layer. And then the thing that's taking so long is this is my last bin of the blackened stainless rings, and they're all out of round. There's 26,600 in this cube, right? And so I've had to adjust all of them, and it was a big tub of Coffee Mate creamer. That's what I had them in. But now I'm just down to, what's the freaking company, those tins? Hillshire Farms. Down to one tub of Hillshire Farms Go Meat tub full of blackened stainless rings to finish working on. Pretty damn amazing. Thank you. It's going to be like, once I get it hanging, suspended, and displayed the way I want, I think it's going to be really cool. So, I'll be very happy. And then I'll be known as the guy who made the large metal cube. Oh, come on. If you, any of you do start making chainmail, invest heavily in different types of pliers. You'll have other various ideas and make silly things as you reminisce over making this. Yeah, and the grind that it was to go through. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Cool. To go through all these rings. It's fine. Barely made it, you still want to say. Also dipping out. Oh. Also positive energy. Well, Deadpool Scan, thanks for stopping by. Appreciate you. It's getting done. And then once it's done, we'll make something else. I am doing better today. I'm doing much better. All of that migraine is gone, so. For now, until the next one comes. Like I mentioned earlier in this stream, I'm going to go and talk to my doctor because the Imitrex that they gave me for my migraines is not really doing anything, and the gabapentin that they give me for my pinched nerve, it doesn't really do anything, and they want to do surgery, and I'm like, you're the VA, you're not going anywhere near me. And yeah, it's loads of fun. It is what it is. Goodness. There. What did I add today? I've added this ring, and this ring. And then a couple of these Byzantine strands. So, as per usual, the 3 bigger rings per stream has kind of been about all I've been able to do. In the hour and a half I stream. Ugh. So, yeah, and the little strands of Byzantine are holding everything in place really nicely, and all right. So, fourth layer is coming together. I've got enough of these Byzantine strands to add the next 3 rings here. But not enough to finish the layer. I need a lot more to finish the layer. So, classically trained, that's cool. Oh yeah. Yeah, old school, baby. I was there when it came out. All right, for anyone who is saying to themselves, hey, that looks really cool, I wish I could learn how to make it. And if you're on mobile and you're in on TikTok, paste. And there's for you people on the computer. That's the link to my link tree. And at the top of the link tree is the Mailworks web app. You don't have to download anything. You just open it up. Inside is lists of suppliers, where to find tutorials, tool recommendations, where to find other chainmail artists at, and a whole bunch more information, as well as a Discord that we have a few people in there helping out, posting their work and helping out new chainmail enthusiasts. Also, in that link, in my link tree, for everyone watching, are all of my socials. If you could follow me along on other platforms when you're not viewing, I would greatly appreciate it. The platforms are starting to pick up. We're starting to get more people added every day, so that's nice. If you want to support the channel, my website is myusername.com. I design and sell chainmail themed apparel and accessories, and that's, buying some merch is the best way to support me. There's also a coffee donation link in the link if you just want to throw money my way. I will add my PayPal, my Venmo at some point. I just gotta remember to do that. And yeah, follow along. These projects are big and arduous, and they take a long time, but the end result's going to be worth it. So come in, hang out for a while, say hi, pop in, a couple days later, check on how we're progressing. And yeah, that's about it. You were there for Super Nintendo? Right on. I never got to play the Super Nintendo much. I think it was the original Nintendo, and then the Nintendo 64 were like the 2 consoles that I grew up on, then the first PlayStation. So, but yeah, it is 10 o'clock. I got to go make sure that the kiddo gets to bed. But you all have a wonderful evening. Thanks for being here. I appreciate all of you. Have a wonderful night. I'm going to get out of here.